In this episode, I'm joined by Nancy Barrows. Hello, everyone. This is Tom Fox back for another episode focusing on and featuring the speakers at Podfest Expo 2023. Today, I'm thrilled to have Nancy Barrows. Nancy, first of all, thank you and welcome. Thank you for taking the time to visit with me and welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you. It's always an honor and privilege to be on someone's podcast and meet their community. So thank you.
Well, Nancy, you have a really interesting roles in podcasting. Can you tell us what they are?
Sure. As an executive producer, host, and co host of 3 different shows, I have recorded more than 500 episodes, so 500 weeks of content. Additionally, as one of the top 50 most impactful people of LinkedIn, I've had the privilege of being on many podcasts and meeting the podcast community and podcast family. And also, I have the privilege of working with podcasters and showing them how to harness the power of LinkedIn through video casting and vidcasting, that live piece across multiple platforms to connect authentically with their audience and grow that connection and be standing out among the nearly 1 billion business professionals on the platform.
What's the names of your 3 pods that you're involved with?
Absolutely. How terrible of me. I should know better. It's Shout Out Saturday, which is every Saturday from 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then we have What's Good Wednesday, and that is 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time every Wednesday. And those 2 I co-host with Brian Schulman, and I have my own show at Sunday evenings at 5 p.m. called Connected Human Conversations, all Pacific Standard Time.
So could you tell us the topic of your speech or talk at Podfest Expo 2023 and maybe a teaser or two for our audience?
Absolutely. So I am fortunate to be part of a panel, and we'll be talking about the strategies for using LinkedIn to grow your podcasting community. And if you're looking for ways to do that, join us. This is a panel of top creators, 2 of which are the 50 most impactful people of LinkedIn. And we want you to walk away with actionable steps, things you can do immediately. So we're going to share tips and tricks how to harness the power of LinkedIn and, like we said, stand out. So if you join us, you're going to be able to, during session, actually take your first step toward using LinkedIn to harness that power. If you're already on, we're going to turn up the fire. And if you haven't started yet, we're going to show you exactly what to do to get through all of the noise and stand out.
You've sold me, and I'm definitely going to attend your panel. Why are you excited about attending Podfest Expo 2023 this year?
Unfortunately, I can't just give you one reason. So here I go. It's an honor and privilege to be attending Podfest. This is my first time, and I get to do it both as an attendee and a speaker. And Podfest presents this incredible, one-of-a-kind opportunity to meet hundreds of incredible people, have powerful conversation after powerful conversation, be surrounded by inspiration, people sharing their dreams, their knowledge, their wisdom. And the podcasting community is truly a family, and Chris and his team have put together an amazing event. And I really believe that this event ignites a fire in so many people professionally and personally. These conversations that you get to have offline and meet people that you've been listening to and watching, people who are ready to take things to the next level. It's inspiring and it's motivating. And I have to say, Chris and the entire Podfest team have done just a fantastic job. And I'm truly humbled to be a part of Podfest Expo, the 9th Podfest Expo, and just come away having grown my family and my knowledge base, spending some time with incredible humans.
Well, Nancy, unfortunately, we are near the end of our time for this episode, but I was wondering if our listeners wanted any more information on yourself, your services, or really any of the topics you've touched on. What would be the best place for them?
I'm readily available on LinkedIn as Nancy Deborah, Debra Barrows. That's the easiest, best place to find me. I am a LinkedIn gal, but you can also go to the website voiceyourvibe.com and find how to connect with me there. And I don't know, smoke signals. There's always a way to find me through someone else. And just excited to, like I said, there is no shortage of amazing people in this world. And the more we can connect with one another and create this human chain that strengthens us and we support one another, could you ask for anything more? That's the best.
Nancy, I wanted to thank you again for taking the time to visit with me. I'm greatly looking forward to meeting you in person in a couple of weeks and attending your panel. Thanks again.
You're very welcome. Can I add one more thing?
You bet.
because there is actually a way to connect in person at Podfest. Voice Your Vibe and the Chick with the Tool Belt, Brian Schulman and my companies are going to be hosting a meet and greet Thursday night from 5 to 6 p.m. in the atrium. So stop by and say hello, have some good conversations. It's a relaxed event. Let your hair down, leave your worries at the door, and just come enjoy some amazing people and some time with one another in a way where you can just have fun and not worry about anything else.
Great. Thanks again, Nancy.
Thank you.
We're now less than 1 week from Podfest Expo 2023. If you haven't signed up and you'd like a discount, let me know, as I have a few left that I can dole out. You can email me at tfox@tfoxlaw.com. This podcast has been a special production of the Compliance Podcast Network and sponsored by Podfest Expo.